First impressions, as we all know, are very important. What do you see people, maybe either generally or maybe even some businesses, doing with social media that just drives you up a wall?
Oh, yeah. So businesses that what they do to drive me up a wall would be to it's constantly the sales pitch that they're after. They're always after the sales pitch on social media, and it totally defies the purpose of social media. It's social in that you want to get your personality out there. You want to get your culture of your business out there. It's not a sales pitch. It can definitely be used to make sales and to increase revenues and to get some ROI, and that could definitely be done. But as a general rule, the sales pitch comes after you build the relationships.
Yeah. And how about just on personal and non-business? Are there some things that drive you batty with people doing things, again, your first impression, or you just not seeing that maybe so much in personal things compared to business?
No, you see people posting non-coherent sentences. So, and I'm sure that they're on their mobile phones texting or entering the information, and it doesn't coming out. It's not coming out right. So, proofreading is very important. That goes for both personal and business.
Very true. Very true. Now, again, with social media and things being instantaneous, what happens when negative information, say about a company, is posted? What happens then?
Yeah, that's a big concern for a lot of businesses. What happens when the negative information gets on there? It's going to get on there. It doesn't happen very often, but we do see a lot of companies having this struggle. I always tell folks when I work with them is that people are talking about you and your business now. And so social media to me has given them an outlet, has given the companies an outlet to address those problems and to correct those problems and really utilize it as a PR and customer service type of platform. So to me, it's actually a blessing that you have information given to you, even though it's negative. It's still feedback for your business. So I absolutely would suggest that people embrace those negative posts when they happen.
And hence, then they better be up on the social media to even know that it's out there.
That's an excellent point. Yes, it's not a set it and forget it type of thing.
Yeah. Well, also on that, on negative information, is there anything that can be done if the information is wrong or somebody just wants to put something malicious out there?
Yeah, there's, it becomes a judgment call at that point, because there could be just something false that was put on there. I try to have people not delete things as much as possible, but there are cases that it should be deleted, and that might be one of them. But to leave that negative information as much as possible and to address it publicly is really the best option, unless it's just downright mean or false.
Yeah. Okay. I mentioned a minute or two ago that I'm on LinkedIn. Regarding LinkedIn, in my field of insurance and financial services, compliance departments of most companies have, frankly, have issues with what I'm allowed to put out there. And the way that I feel sometimes when I'm out in the business world, that I actually have one hand tied behind my back. Do you find this with other professions?
Yeah, you're right. I do agree with you. You have one hand tied behind your back. The financial industry really does that. It's really a shame. And we're seeing some beta testing being done with LinkedIn within the insurance industry. So hopefully that'll make a change coming up. But I do see that with multi-level marketing companies as well, in that their distributors or consultants, they're not allowed to use the branding or any of the logos they're marketing. So it does become a little bit more difficult for insurance and multi-level marketing.
Yeah. I think we'd all pretty much agree social media is basically still in its infancy, and I've heard some people compare it to anything goes, the wild, wild west. What are some of your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it still is new. It's definitely a new media, and it always happens that when people don't fully understand something, that we just go a little wild. So we're scrambling and trying to figure out what to do and what to say and how to best utilize the platforms. So hopefully that as people become more educated about social media, that we can tie this all together and use it to the best of our abilities and our advantage.
Yeah. Is there anything regarding this social media and this new frontier that worries you?
Yeah, we're starting to see the companies with IPOs. So LinkedIn has gone public, Groupon, Facebook is now going public. So it does worry me a little bit, and we'll see what happens. But for business owners that have a lot, for big business that have a lot of money and that can spend a lot of money, as you know, once Facebook goes public, then they're going to have to make more and more each year. So when the big business can afford that, I think we're going to start squeezing the small business owner. So we're going to have to come up with some really creative, low-cost marketing tactics for small business owners.
Yeah. Do you see with some of these, IPOs and things, any correlation to, the late '90s, the dot-com bubble? Or?
Yeah, I definitely think we might be in the middle of another one. So history repeats itself. So we shall see.
Recently, there have been a lot of headlines about employers that, while interviewing potential employees, have been asking for their passwords for on social media and things of the like. I suppose, in a way, kind of doing a background check. Can you speak to that for our viewers?
Sure. My personal opinion is that it is an invasion of privacy. There certainly needs to be a line between what's public and what's private, and I think going into an interview, you wouldn't give someone your bank account information or your child's social security number. So I think that some of that information needs to be protected. Facebook has actually come out against those policies. So again, we're kind of right in the middle of that legal issue, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, in my personal opinion, I think it's unfortunate that people are being almost forced to do this because of the economy, but I think that it needs to be a private issue.
Yeah, and you spoke earlier, but regarding that you feel some employers are, because of the economic situation, are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I think that that's unfortunate. Bad companies.
I think the last day or two that I saw a report, I don't remember which news program, but on maybe it was one of the world news programs, that the police department in, I think it was Milwaukee or Madison, but I think it was in Wisconsin, that they actually are asking, and I believe I've heard this about other police departments asking for passwords. I don't know about you. I can see both sides of the argument there,
sure.
But again, I don't know whether the slippery slope kind of argument comes into play, but do you feel any difference if it's, a law enforcement type of situation with this whole password issue?
I don't. I think that people are people regardless of what their job is, and I think that doing background checks and hiring the right people and doing that information or doing that research is really a cost of business. So we've gotten along and we've been fine by not doing that in the past. So I think that we need to just back off a little.
Yeah, okay. We're getting close to the end of the program. Are there one or two things that you'd like to leave with the audience?
Sure. On a personal level, for social media, people just give it a try. It's not as scary as it seems, and once you're on there, it becomes sort of fun to reconnect with people and engage with people. And as a business, I think that time is running out to be on there. So if you're not on there now, it could be detrimental to the business going forward. So really try and give it a shot and see how you can help market your own business.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up our show now. Again, I'd like to thank our guest, Crystal Gigante, the social strategist, for appearing on the show to discuss social media. I also want to remind our viewers that our air dates are on Charter Channel 21 on Mondays at 4:30 and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We also post segments from our shows, and you can see some of our earlier shows on YouTube. We'd love to hear from you, whether it be a comment on a program, a particular guest you might like to see, ideas or topics for future shows. So reach out to us, and you can contact us at brookfieldpublicadvocate@yahoo.com. Again, thank you for watching, and good night.